Hello, my name is Riley Campbell. I'm going to talk to you about the Bicycle Thief final end scene. So, to start off, the Bicycle Thief was targeted towards the Italians who had no jobs and had families to support. Historically, World War I just ended and the Italians lost the war. This left the country poor and the people depressed. And as a result of the fighting, the buildings were often destroyed and jobs were scarce. One of the things about this is that, as I said, people were poor. The studios were too poor to buy sound stages, so they filmed on location for most of their shots. This being said, a lot of the destroyed buildings you could see in the background of the shots. One of the things that make this film an Italian neorealism film is that the plotline is left unresolved, similar to how life is unresolved. The second thing is that there's many scenes where nothing is happening. For example, Bruno and his father, Antonio, just walking down the street. This is to symbolize that life isn't always climactic, but it's oftentimes just monotone. The other thing, location and setting. The setting on the street helps to show the poverty, but the streets are very chaotic, and because they were on location, they couldn't control all the people. So many of the things were external factors, and it created more of a depressing atmosphere towards the film. The music itself in the film helped set the tone of the scene, because the slower the music got, the deeper in thought and desperation the characters became. While the screaming and chaotic coming from the arena in the scene symbolize the chaos within not only the Italians, but Antonio himself, and specifically his life without the bicycle, how that is becoming harder on himself because he can't support his family. The longer takes show the character's depth of thought, specifically one movement. Antonio's pacing back and forth, debating on whether he should steal the bike. This symbolizes his distance between Antonio and the Hope. The shots are generally under eye level, so that Antonio is actually looking down, and this symbolizes how the world is starting to beat up Antonio, and Antonio is becoming more and more depressed. Some representation. Bruno, the son, represents innocence in the world, and specifically of Antonio. When there's a boy who drowns in a couple scenes prior, we believe that it is Bruno who's drowning, and that symbolizes the complete loss of innocence within Antonio. The stolen bicycle symbolizes the stolen dignity and loss of hope that the Italians had from World War II, so it digs deeper than just the characters themselves. In the end, Antonio goes against society by stealing the bicycle, and basically Antonio becomes consumed from what he was trying to prevent. Theif. So, thank you and have a nice day.